Don't ask me why, but I got into a retrospective mood when it comes to food. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode of my channel. This is a Tuesday no frills video. No frills video is generally less than 5 minutes, although once in a while I've been known to go a little bit over. Don't mean to do it, but sometimes I have to use that extra time to conclude my subject. Today we're going to talk about a retro sandwich. Who remembers this 1970s retro fast food sandwich? Well, what sandwich are you talking about, Chan? Let's see if this name rings a bell to anybody listening. Yumbo. What? Sounds familiar. Sounds like a cartoon character. Well, there's a little kind of sort of story to this thing. But what exactly is or was a Yumbo? First of all, I had it for the first time in my life in about 1978, probably the latter part of 1978. I tried my first Yumbo sandwich at Burger King. I'm just saying. Of course, this is not a sponsored ad for fast food, but I was on my lunch break. And I was walking out of the same building where that great news station actually transmits from these days. But I wanted to get my lunch. So I went to fast food, and Burger King had this thing called a Yumbo. I said, what on earth is that? So it was really, really good. And basically, what a Yumbo sandwich was, whatever. Well, was because you can't get them anymore. They did try to rerun it as a retro thing back about, I think, in 2014, but there were not enough people that were interested in it. Basically, it's a hot ham and cheese sandwich. Now, the original one, but the way they did the original one back in the late 70s was amazing. It was, I mean, the ham was really decent quality. So it was basically a hot ham and melted cheese sandwich. And back in the day, they did use a little mayo. I did a little research on this retro sandwich. And I said to myself, well, you're thinking about a Yumbo and you can't technically get it. Now, back then, they put it on a round bun. Then I think later on they put it on a hoagie bun. But the original was on a round sesame seed bun, which of course any of us could pick up at the grocery store. Tell me, who can't pick up a thinly sliced ham? You probably have these ingredients already at home. And this is something you could consider for a fast lunch or an easy peasy dinner. Now, it's not going to be precisely like the Yumbo back in the day, but I mean, it's a pretty close cousin. Let's think about this. I mean, who's to stop you from even like getting, those slider rolls in case you don't want to work with the sesame rolls? Those slider rolls that everybody seems to buy a bunch of around the holiday season? You know the ones I'm thinking of. You could cut across that, open it up, and then put and the best ham that I would imagine would work are actually those hams that come in those packages, the deli luncheon meat type of ham that you could just, it's pre-done, the kind with the pink top to it, that one. Because that ham is very, very thinly sliced. Okay. And you don't have to just stick to American cheese. I mean, of course, you could like personalize it, customize it to what you have. For example, maybe you'd rather put Munster. Maybe you'd rather put thinly sliced Swiss cheese. You see where I'm going with this, okay? Then you could just make the sandwiches as per usual that you would make a sandwich. And for those that like a little bit of mayonnaise on there, then maybe you could put a little bit of mayonnaise on like the top of the sandwich and close it up or whatever. And then you just toss it in your oven for X number of minutes till it's melted. That's it. End of story, case closed. How fast of a meal is that? In all probability, you probably have all of the ingredients currently. But back in the old days, they called that a Yumbo sandwich. Now, remember at the beginning of the show, I said there's some it sounded to me like a cartoon term, when I first heard the name. Well, actually, it actually did stem from a Disney movie about a flying ham sandwich called Yumbo. That's what I thought. I double checked on that. That's what I heard. I don't know. Did it really happen that way? Who knows? That's what I saw written down when I researched. But this is a great dinner idea. This is a great, stretching your paycheck idea. In all probability, you have all the ingredients already. You don't have to buy them. And if not, well, we'll yield a lot of those sliders. Like, for example, but this is a great idea. For example, let's say on a Sunday afternoon, like when the football game is on, you don't want to knock your brains out. Maybe you want to watch football too. Okay, I'm just saying. So make a whole bunch of those sliders, just pop it in the oven like that, take them out, put some chips and salsa on the side. You are done. You could kick back and watch the game, or if you don't care about the game, watch a movie. Like, chill out, decompress. Everybody needs a little decompress time. So I got a little retrospective, and of course, I went over the 5 minutes, didn't mean to, but I definitely want you to consider a hot ham and cheese sandwich, otherwise known as a yumbo.